It's a tough truth, but certain people in our lives take joy in spreading harm and chaos. Think about it. You could be sharing moments, trusting someone, only to find out they are the source of your distress. Today, we dive deep into a topic that's as intriguing as it is terrifying. Recognizing the signs that you're dealing with an evil person. Whether it's a coworker, a friend, or even a family member, these individuals can be masters of deceit, hiding their true nature behind charm and charisma. We're not just delving into this dark side of human behavior out of curiosity. Understanding these signs can be transformative. The Stoics believed in the power of perception and the importance of living a life led by reason and virtue. By identifying and understanding these toxic traits, we can protect our peace of mind and nurture healthier relationships, all while adhering to the Stoic principles of wisdom and self-control. Stay with us as we uncover 5 clear signs of an evil person. By the end of this video, you'll not only be better equipped to spot these behaviors, but also gain practical strategies to safeguard your mental health and well-being. And if you appreciate our content, one simple favor we ask is to hit the subscribe button. Don't skip any part of this video. You won't want to miss the special bonus section where we'll share an effective strategy for setting firm boundaries with these individuals. Let's embark on this journey of self-awareness and resilience together. When we discuss people who initially seem charming and charismatic, it's crucial to remember that appearances can be deceiving. These individuals often know how to light up a room, making everyone feel special and valued. They have the knack for saying just the right thing, making you feel like you've just found a new best friend. At first glance, they seem perfect, witty, engaging, and seemingly interested in your life. It's easy to get swept up in their charm, thinking you've found someone extraordinary. However, the Stoics teach us to look beyond the surface and seek the truth through rational observation. Over time, you may start to notice little cracks in their facade. Perhaps they always need to be the center of attention, overshadowing others in social settings. They might interrupt or talk over you, or subtly put you down in front of others. These are not just quirks or signs of an extroverted personality. They are red flags. The Stoics would encourage us to observe these behaviors with a clear mind, unaffected by the initial thrill of their charisma. Imagine being at a party where this person is the life of the event, telling jokes, captivating the crowd. At first, it feels great to be around them. But as the evening progresses, you realize they dominate every conversation, always redirecting the topic back to themselves. This is where the Stoic principle of apatheia, being undisturbed by external things, comes into play. By staying emotionally balanced, you can see through their charm and recognize the self-centered nature lurking beneath. It's also important to pay attention to how they react when things don't go their way. A genuinely kind and caring person will handle disappointments and disagreements with grace. But someone who is merely playing a role to gain your trust may quickly become angry or defensive. They might lash out or manipulate the situation to regain control. According to Stoic wisdom, such reactions are clear signs of a lack of virtuous character. Marcus Aurelius reminds us to be wary of those who display anger and manipulation, traits not found in rational and virtuous individuals. The key is to take your time and trust your instincts. The Stoics emphasized the power of observation and the importance of not rushing to judgment based on first impressions. Epictetus taught that we should carefully evaluate the character of those we allow into our inner circle. So, if someone seems too good to be true, give yourself time to observe their actions over time. Pay close attention to how they treat others, especially when they think no one is watching. True character is revealed in how someone behaves when they aren't trying to impress anyone. Remember, not everyone who appears charming and charismatic has good intentions. Some use their charm to manipulate. By staying grounded and mindful, you can protect yourself from being fooled by a superficial facade. Stay true to Stoic principles of wisdom and discernment, and you'll be better equipped to navigate these complex social dynamics. Another crucial sign to watch for is a lack of empathy. Empathy is the ability to understand and share the feelings of others. It helps us connect deeply with those around us, offering support when needed and creating meaningful relationships. However, some individuals seem entirely devoid of this essential human trait. They don't care how their actions or words affect others, and this can have a devastating impact on those around them. The Stoics saw compassion and understanding as fundamental virtues. Marcus Aurelius often spoke about the interconnectedness of humanity and the importance of considering others' well-being as part of our own. So, when we encounter someone who shows a blatant disregard for others' feelings, it's a serious red flag. Imagine sharing something deeply personal with a friend, seeking comfort or understanding. Instead of showing concern, they dismiss your feelings or mock your vulnerability. This lack of empathy can make you feel isolated and misunderstood. It's not just about them not being there for you in tough times. They may also fail to share in your joy or celebrate your successes. A person lacking empathy won't cheer for your achievements. They might even undermine them or take credit for themselves. This behavior isn't limited to personal relationships. Consider a boss who pushes employees to their limits, showing no concern for their well-being, demanding long hours without fair compensation, ignoring time-off requests, or publicly criticizing employees to humiliate rather than guide. This creates a toxic work environment where people feel undervalued and stressed. The Stoics would advise maintaining our inner peace and integrity in such situations, recognizing that others' lack of empathy reflects their character, not ours. Furthermore, a lack of empathy can lead to more harmful behaviors. People who cannot empathize may lie, cheat, or inflict harm without guilt or remorse. Seneca emphasized the importance of kindness and justice, teaching that our actions should reflect our inner virtue. When someone lacks empathy, they're disconnected from these values. Empathy's absence can also show in smaller everyday interactions. For instance, someone might constantly interrupt conversations to talk about themselves or show little interest in what others have to say. These small signs, when added up, reveal a deeper issue. The Stoics would remind us to be observant and discerning, understanding that these small signs indicate a person's true character. If you find yourself dealing with someone who consistently lacks empathy, it's essential to set boundaries to protect your mental and emotional health. The Stoics believed in the importance of maintaining our well-being and not letting others' negativity disturb our peace. You have the right to distance yourself from those who drain your energy or bring you down. What lies within our control and what does not? We cannot influence the actions or emotions of others, but we can control how we respond to them. Think about how a manipulator might use charm or flattery to achieve their goals. Initially, it feels wonderful. They shower you with praise, making you feel important. However, over time, you may begin to realize that their compliments come with conditions. They flatter you when they want something from you or need you to do something for them. This might make you feel as though you owe them or that you must meet their expectations to maintain their approval. The Stoics remind us that true virtue and self-worth stem from within, not from the temporary approval of others. Manipulation can also show itself through isolation. A manipulative individual might attempt to cut you off from your friends and family, making you more reliant on them. They might say things like, "Your friends don't really care about you," or, "Your family doesn't understand you the way I do." This tactic makes it easier for them to control you by creating dependency for support and validation. The Stoics emphasize the importance of maintaining strong, supportive relationships, knowing that as social beings we thrive in a community. Isolation, however, weakens our support system, making us more vulnerable to manipulation. Financial manipulation is yet another method employed by such individuals. They might borrow money without returning it, or control your finances, limiting your independence. For example, a partner might insist on managing all the finances, making you ask for permission to spend anything. This type of control over your money can make it difficult for you to assert your independence or leave the relationship. The Stoics encouraged self-sufficiency and independence, stressing that we should not allow ourselves to be unduly controlled by others. Recognizing manipulation can be tough, especially when it involves someone you care about. The Stoics teach us to remain vigilant and discerning, seeing situations clearly and acting with integrity. If you suspect manipulation, take a step back and assess. Do they consistently prioritize their needs over yours? Do they make you feel guilty or unsure of yourself? Are they trying to control aspects of your life or isolate you from others? Setting firm boundaries is crucial when dealing with manipulators. Stand your ground. Communicate assertively and clearly about what you will and will not tolerate. Remember, your thoughts, feelings, and actions belong to you. The Stoics remind us that while we cannot control how others behave, we can control how we respond. By maintaining inner strength and clarity, we protect ourselves from manipulation and remain true to our values. One of the clearest signs of an evil person is controlling behavior. This goes beyond preferences or quirks. It's about someone trying to dominate every aspect of your life, leaving little room for your autonomy. These individuals often mask their control as concern or care, but at the core, it's about power and domination. The Stoics, who valued personal freedom and self-control, would see this behavior as fundamentally opposed to living a virtuous life. Controlling behavior can appear in various forms. For example, a friend may always decide where you go and what you do together. While it may seem harmless at first, you may eventually notice that your preferences and opinions are often ignored or overridden. They might say things like, "I know what's best for us," or "You'll have more fun if you just trust me." This isn't mutual decision-making. It's one person imposing their will on another. In relationships, controlling behavior can be even more dangerous. A partner might monitor your whereabouts, demand constant updates, or even dictate who you can or cannot see. They might check your phone, go through your messages, or insist on knowing all your passwords. This type of surveillance and micromanagement makes you feel anxious and trapped, constantly tiptoeing around to avoid conflict. The Stoics, especially Epictetus, emphasized the importance of maintaining your inner freedom and autonomy despite external pressures. Financial control is another form of manipulation. A controlling partner or family member might make all financial decisions, giving you little access to money and keeping you financially dependent. They might say things like, "I handle the money because you're not good with finances," or "It's just easier if I take care of it all." This strips away your financial independence, making it hard to assert your choices or leave the relationship. For the Stoics, self-sufficiency and wise management of your resources were key to avoiding dependence on others. Controlling behavior also manifests through isolation. A controlling person may try to distance you from friends and family, claiming that only they truly understand or care for you. They might say your loved ones don't care or that your family is toxic. Over time, you find yourself isolated, relying solely on them for companionship and support. The Stoics recognized the importance of community and supportive relationships, seeing isolation as harmful to personal growth and well-being. Controlling individuals often use threats and intimidation to maintain power. They might threaten to leave, harm themselves, or even hurt you if you don't comply. This creates an environment of fear, making it hard to make decisions that are best for you. Seneca taught that true courage and wisdom lie in confronting our fears, refusing to let others intimidate us into submission. Standing firm against such threats allows us to reclaim our power. It's essential to understand that controlling behavior isn't about wanting things done a certain way. It's about undermining your ability to make your own choices and live your life. The Stoics would advise us to recognize these behaviors as an attack on our autonomy and a violation of personal freedom. By staying committed to our core values and preserving our inner strength, we can resist the pull of controlling individuals and reclaim our freedom to live authentically. If you're facing someone exhibiting controlling behavior, it's vital to establish clear boundaries and assert your independence. Communicate your needs and limits openly, and don't hesitate to seek support from those who understand your situation. The Stoics remind us that while we cannot control the actions of others, we can control our reactions and decisions. By remaining grounded in our principles and valuing our autonomy, we can shield ourselves from the negative effects of controlling behavior and live more authentic and fulfilling lives. A distinct sign of a malicious person is pathological lying. This extends far beyond the occasional small lies that most people tell. Pathological liars deceive incessantly, often with no apparent reason. They fabricate stories, distort facts, and manipulate reality to serve their own needs or gain an advantage over others. Such behavior can deeply damage relationships, eroding trust and creating a web of deceit that's challenging to untangle. Pathological lying can present itself in various forms. It might begin with minor, seemingly harmless fabrications, such as embellishing a story to appear more impressive. Over time, these lies can escalate, covering up wrongdoings or manipulating others to reach their goals. A pathological liar may claim to have achieved things they haven't, falsely take credit for someone else's work, or fabricate stories about their past to gain sympathy or admiration. This constant dishonesty creates a reality where distinguishing truth from fiction becomes nearly impossible. Imagine a pathological liar in a work environment. They might lie about their qualifications, exaggerate their contributions to projects, or spread false rumors about colleagues to sabotage them. This creates a toxic atmosphere where trust is undermined, leaving everyone uncertain about who to believe. The Stoics would encourage us to remain unwavering in our integrity, not letting the deceitful actions of others influence us. Epictetus taught that we should focus on what we can control, our own thoughts and actions, without being disturbed by the dishonesty of those around us. In personal relationships, pathological lying is even more destructive. Imagine being in a relationship where your partner consistently lies about their whereabouts, their past, or their feelings. This can make you feel insecure and anxious, always questioning your perceptions and instincts, which is exactly what the liar desires. They thrive on creating confusion and instability, keeping you off balance to maintain control. The Stoics would advise us to trust our own judgment and not be swayed by manipulations. Seneca believed true peace comes from within, and that we shouldn't let the deceit of others disturb our inner tranquility. One of the most insidious aspects of pathological lying is how difficult it can be to detect at first. Pathological liars are often incredibly convincing, blending lies with truth to make it even harder to differentiate between what's real and what's fabricated. The Stoics stress the importance of vigilance, being observant and critical, seeking the truth through careful examination and evidence. If you catch someone in a lie, notice how they respond. Do they become defensive or try to blame you? Or do they offer an explanation that seems plausible, but is just another layer of deceit? A genuine person will admit to their mistakes, while a pathological liar will double down, weaving an even more intricate web of lies. The Stoics would urge us to stay calm and rational when dealing with such behavior, recognizing it for what it is, and not letting it provoke us. Pathological lying over time can erode trust, the foundation of any relationship. Once trust is broken, it's incredibly difficult to rebuild, and you may find yourself in a cycle of suspicion and resentment. The Stoics believed that strong, honest relationships, based on mutual respect and understanding, are essential for a virtuous life. When dealing with a pathological liar, you must decide if it's worth trying to rebuild trust, or if it's healthier to distance yourself from their toxic influence. If you're entangled with a pathological liar, it's essential to set firm boundaries and protect your mental and emotional well-being. The Stoics would remind us to stay true to our values and not be dragged down by others' deceit. Be clear about what you will and will not tolerate, and don't hesitate to walk away from relationships built on lies. Remember, your peace of mind and integrity are more valuable than maintaining a connection with someone who consistently deceives you. So, how do you protect yourself from these harmful behaviors while maintaining your peace and integrity? Setting boundaries is a crucial skill, especially when dealing with difficult or toxic people. Boundaries are about defining what you will and will not accept in relationships, and they are vital for protecting your mental emotional, and even physical well-being. The Stoics emphasized personal integrity and inner peace, and boundary setting is a fundamental practice for preserving a virtuous and tranquil life. Setting boundaries is not about being harsh or unkind, but about respecting yourself and ensuring others do the same. When setting boundaries, clarity is essential. You need to be specific about what behaviors you will not tolerate and communicate this assertively. For example, if a friend frequently belittles you, you might say, "I value our friendship, but I won't tolerate being spoken to in a disrespectful manner. If it continues, I'll need to distance myself." According to Stoic principles, this kind of direct communication helps maintain order and respect in relationships. Consistency is also crucial when enforcing boundaries. You need to uphold them, even when it's uncomfortable, demonstrating self-respect and teaching others how to treat you. If someone continues to cross your boundaries, it might be time to reevaluate the relationship. Setting boundaries is an ongoing process. As relationships evolve, so might your boundaries, and you'll need to adjust them accordingly. For instance, in a work environment, you might need to set boundaries around your workload or availability to prevent burnout. You could tell a colleague or supervisor, "I'm happy to assist with this project, but I cannot take on additional tasks beyond my current responsibilities." The Stoics would advise us to balance our duties and not overextend ourselves to the detriment of our well-being. One of the most challenging aspects of setting boundaries is dealing with the pushback or resistance you might encounter. People accustomed to getting their way, especially those with controlling or manipulative tendencies, may react poorly to your newfound assertiveness. They might respond with anger, guilt-tripping, or attempts to undermine your confidence. The Stoics teach us to remain calm and resolute in the face of such challenges. Marcus Aurelius emphasized the importance of maintaining our composure and not being swayed by others' negative emotions. When you encounter resistance, remind yourself that your boundaries are necessary for your well-being and stay firm in your convictions. In some cases, setting boundaries may require making difficult decisions, such as distancing yourself from certain individuals or ending relationships that are toxic or harmful. While this can be a painful process, it is essential for safeguarding your mental and emotional health. The Stoics remind us that our primary responsibility is to our own virtue and well-being. Seneca often spoke about the importance of choosing our associations wisely, recognizing that the company we keep can have a profound impact on our character and happiness. By distancing yourself from those who consistently violate your boundaries, you are making a powerful statement about your self-worth and your commitment to living a virtuous life. Seeking support from others is also helpful when setting boundaries. Talking to trusted friends, family, or even a therapist about your experiences can offer valuable perspective and strengthen your resolve. The Stoics valued community and mutual support, understanding that leaning on others in times of difficulty is a source of strength. Marcus Aurelius reflected on humanity's interconnectedness and the importance of mutual encouragement. By relying on your support network, you can find the strength to uphold your boundaries and protect your peace of mind. Additionally, practicing self-care is crucial when setting and maintaining boundaries. This includes taking time for yourself, engaging in activities that bring you joy, and nurturing both your physical and mental health. The Stoics emphasized the importance of self-care as a foundation for living a virtuous life. Epictetus, for example, taught that caring for our well-being allows us to better serve others and fulfill our responsibilities. Prioritizing self-care reinforces the message that your well-being is important and deserving of protection. Remember, setting boundaries is an expression of self-respect and self-love. It is about recognizing your own value and refusing to let others diminish it. The Stoics teach us that our worth is not determined by external factors but by our own actions and integrity. By establishing and maintaining boundaries, you are living in alignment with these principles and fostering a life of peace, virtue, and resilience. Your peace of mind and integrity are worth protecting, no matter who tries to undermine them. Setting boundaries is not merely a defense mechanism, it's a declaration of your self-worth and commitment to living a virtuous life. Thank you for joining me today and for being part of Marcus the Stoic. If you found this helpful, make sure to check out one of the suggested videos on the screen for more insights. Stay strong, stay wise, and continue living your truth.